Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this is Idaho, from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Idaho, one of the United States very recently settled. In 1867, there were 4 lodges in what was then the territory, 3 chartered by the Grand Lodge of Oregon and 1 by the Grand Lodge of Washington Territory. In that year, these lodges met in convention and organized the Grand Lodge of Idaho. The Grand Lodge is migratory, holding its sessions on the first Monday in October, at such place as may be determined at the previous session. The Grand Lodge of Oregon granted a dispensation to Idaho Lodge number 35 on July 7, 1863, and on June 21, 1864, a charter was issued. At a convention held in Idaho City on December 16, 1867, for the purpose of organizing a Grand Lodge, members of the 4 chartered lodges in the state, namely Idaho number 35, Boise City number 37, Placer number 38, and Pioneer number 12, were present. It was agreed that members of Ohe Lodge, UD, should be admitted and permitted to vote. On December 17, 1867, Grand Officers were elected and installed, and adopting the Constitution of the Grand Lodge of Oregon, the Grand Lodge of Idaho was opened in ample form. Idaho chapter in Idaho City was granted a charter on June 18, 1867, by the Grand Chapter of Oregon, which was under the impression that the General Grand Chapter had ceased to exist. The General Grand Chapter, when considering the above charter, acknowledged that the petitioners acted in good faith and granted a charter to Idaho. Chapter number 1 on September 18, 1868. 10 chapters in all were also chartered by the General Grand Chapter in this state. The 11 chapters organized the Grand Chapter of Idaho on June 16, 1908. The first council in Idaho, Idaho Council at Pocatello, was issued a dispensation by the officers of the General Grand Council on December 15, 1896. This dispensation was annulled on October 11, 1897. On January 24, 1912, however, the General Grand Council issued a dispensation to Idaho Council number 1 and chartered it on September 10, 1912. 5 commanderies were instituted in Idaho before the Grand Commandery was organized. The first of these was Idaho, number 1 at Boise, which was granted a dispensation May 24, 1882, and a charter September 13, 1882. With 4 other commanderies: Lewiston, number 2, Moscow, number 3, Gate City, number 4, Coeur d'Alene, number 5, and Idaho, number 1, the Grand Commandery was organized on August 21, 1904. A Lodge of Perfection, a chapter of Rose Croix, a Council of Kadosh, and a consistory, ancient and accepted Scottish Rite Southern jurisdiction, were established at Lewiston by the Supreme Council as Lewiston number 1 by charters, dated respectively June 15, 1895, January 18, 1898, April 29, 1899, and June 27, 1899. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.